been in the situation where you've read for hours and hours only for you to get to the exam hall and you can't remember jack? Picture that pain and refuse to ever be in that situation again. The techniques I'm going to be sharing in this video are techniques that have helped me to remember things for years, especially for my exams, and have also helped me to become the first class mechanical engineering student that I am today with a recent 5.0 GPA. And that's why I'm going to be sharing with you 5 fundamental hacks that are going to help you to remember everything you read, and you will never forget anything in any exam after this day. So if you know another student friend, I know this is going to help, share this video with them. And if you're that student, let's get into it. So I'm going to start by talking about the graph. The human being's brain obeys the graph, and there's nothing we can do about it. And if you don't have a fundamental understanding of the graph, you keep fighting a lost battle, and this is why you keep forgetting things when you get to exam hall. The forgetting graph, which shows us how collectively over time the human brain forgets things. And so if you want to consistently remember things for your exam, what do you need to do? Beat the graph. And these 5 hacks I'm going to be sharing with you are going to consistently help you to beat the graph and actually help you to remember things so that your exams will be easy peasy. As I'm going along the 5 steps, each step is going to require less workload, because I know that some of you don't really want to work so hard, but from 1 to 5, as we keep going, each one will be easier. And the first one is simply talking about the great technique, spaced repetition. This might be the hardest one, but you can't get over this one if you want to actually beat the graph. So spaced repetition is just meaning by the name, obviously, over a period of time. For the first day, you read it 24 hours. The next time, over the next 3 days, you read it again. And then over the next 1 week, you read it again. And so this sounds like a lot of work, right? But let me tell you why this works. Think about something simple now. Let's say addition and minus. Can you forget addition and minus as you are at your big age? No, you cannot. Let me tell you why. Because for, let me say, at least 10 years, if you're watching this video, you've been doing addition and minus, addition and minus, addition and minus. And for you now, it's almost like clockwork. Why? Because you've done it repeatedly over a space of time. And that's why spaced repetition works very, very well, because it consistently reinstills these things into your mind and actually helps you to understand these things and remember them for a longer period of time. And speaking of understanding, that leads me to my second point, which is understanding beats memorization. I don't know about you, but the things that I try to force myself to cram, those are the things that I'm just begging to jump out of my brain. But when you actually have a core understanding of what you're really trying to read, I'm telling you, remembering that thing will be a whole lot easier. Understanding why the thing is like that, understanding what is happening, understand why the thing is like that, those things will actually help you to understand them and actually put those things into your brain. So try to associate the things you're reading with simpler things that you can actually understand. So this next point is one that I have used repeatedly in my academic life. Without this, I don't think I would have gotten to 500 level, to be very, very honest. And it has saved my life more times than once. If you're looking to becoming a great student, this point is for you. So there was a day I was trying to read, right? And I was reading out a list of things, repeatedly. And I still could not remember. But what did I do? I simply just created a mnemonics for the thing. And like magic, immediately on the spot, due to the mnemonics I created, I was able to understand it and remember it at that exact moment. That's like, all this while I've been trying to read the list, and then I was not able to read the list and remember. But when I created the mnemonics, I was able to finally write the thing from head. Why is that? The brain understands the patterns. The brain loves to make connections. And so if you want your brain to assist you, if you want your brain to cooperate with you, do what your brain likes. Make patterns. Even if it means, having drawings, even if it means, creating your own mnemonics, even if it means, make all, like there's one I did now for my project management exam, IPEC. I pack Enos clothes, something like that. That's what I read for it. And that's something I can easily remember. And I understand that, that is initiation, planning, execution, control, and closing. I can easily remember why. Because I created a mnemonics that ties back to me, and that's something that I can easily remember. And speaking of ties back to me, that brings me on to my next point. So if you're a film freak like me and you hear this sound, what do you think about? If you're like me, like I said, what you think about is the summer I turned pretty. Why does it do that? Because your brain has associated the summer I turned pretty with that particular sound. And if you want to truly understand something, what you should do is try to associate that thing with something a little bit more practical or something that you can easily remember. So this one is not just about associating it with things, but also finding a way to also apply the thing that you're learning. Just like now, let's say you're learning about turbines, for example. Now think of a way that you can actually apply that thing that you're learning instead of just forcing the formulas into your brain. So associating these things with simpler things, or associating these things with real life applications will actually help you to remember the things. It's not just about cramming the thing, cramming the thing, but actually giving yourself real, ways to apply the thing so you can actually remember them and actually start passing your exams. So this particular point and number 3 will definitely save your life. But you see this number 5. A lot of students don't want to hear this number 5. And it's going to really help you more than you can think. And it takes me to the classic clay potter story. So I'm naturally a watcher of Ali Abdul-Right. And he has shared the story like 10,000 times. But I'm still going to tell you guys about it. I know, and it's where, the potter separated the class into 2 groups, right? And then he told one group to make 1 pot for 30 days. And then he told the other group to work on more like a pot a day for 30 days. And at the end of the day, the best pot that was picked was obviously picked from the ones that made a pot, every day for 30 days. Why is that? Because what you do every single day will not just lead you to make a whole lot of quantity, but it will also improve the quality. For my science students out there, think of any equation that you solved for the first time. Did you solve rubbish? Most likely you did. But by the time you're getting to the 3rd time, the 4th time, the 5th time, you most likely won't be making the same mistakes you were making the first time. And that brings me on to practice. I said this in one of my earlier videos. Practicing and re-emphasizing and going over the thing multiple times. It might be hard work. It might be really dreadful, but it's going to really help you to remember that thing more. When I think back to my earlier times in mechanical engineering, one of the mistakes I made was being, let's say, too proud to repractice some questions. There are courses that I could have easily had A if I just simply repractice those questions. So prioritize going over the thing. Prioritize actually doing the thing day in and day out. The thing actually allows you for trial and error and will actually reduce the level of mistakes you're making and actually help you to understand the thing and actually, do better in your life. So I love this quote that Woody Allen said. He said that 80% of success is simply showing up. Yeah, just showing up. You want to remember that Bible scripture, show up every day and recite it over and over again, and you remember. You want to remember that equation, show up every day and recite it over and over again. I know that there's this notion in these days that, remember once and never forget again. But what you do once does not really change you. But what you show up for day in, day out, when you feel like it and when you don't, that in itself has a way of changing. So yeah, I will never tell people to do shortcuts on this channel. The day I do, because now this channel is coming to an end. But sure, just show up for the thing. Show up, and I can't see how you will not remember the thing. Show up, show up. Even for people that I know that some people they even watch this kind of videos to remember things from books or from the Bible. Show up for the thing. Associate the thing with something with your life, and you will find it easy to remember. Create patterns for yourself. Understand the thing that you're actually trying to memorize, and actually engage in space repetition. And I can promise you that from now on, anything that you read, you'll be able to remember it easily. And so if this academic advice resonated with you and it actually helped you to do a whole lot better, be sure to subscribe to this channel, because this is the kind of content we like to create. Content that actually help you to do better in your academics and actually achieve that first class result that you actually want. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to comment down below, what was your favorite points, in this video, how this actually helped you. Be there in the comments, all of us will be there talking. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. And I really hope this video helps academics, because these are real things I believe that will definitely help any student willing to change their life. So yeah, thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.